Hand of Judgment. Hand of Judgment exists for the single purpose to execute the will of Feora, priestess and protector of the flame. Armed with an immolator cannon and a massive mace, this mighty warjack brings Menoth's cleansing fire to those arrayed against the Protectorate. Through her station and her influence with Viscos Ark-Rezik, overseer of the Soul Midnight Artificers, Feora commissioned Hand of Judgment as a testament to her political and martial authority. Feora's detractors in the Synod argued against this request, viewing the demand for such an elaborate weapon as a sure sign of arrogance and glory-seeking. But ultimately, Viscos Ark-Rezik committed to the Soul Midnight Artificers to the project. He saw the fulfillment of Feora's request to protect the temple as a sacrosanct duty of his station. Crafted by experienced artificers, according to Feora's exacting specifications, the Hand of Judgment exemplifies her disdain for the enemies of the temple. The road to development of the Hand of Judgment was arduous. Numerous cortexes for this warjack were offered and found wanting. Feora craved a warjack with the passion and skill for battle rivaling her own. Fearing failure, the senior artificers on the project spent weeks in pious contemplation, finding himself among the racked penitents for days at a time and listening to their cries in hopes of gleaning some holy guidance. It was only after a lengthy period of fasting and self-privation that he saw how to improve his design, and at last crafted a cortex capable of channeling the fury Feora demanded. The sacred magic that radiates from the machine chassis stokes even the smallest flames into a roaring fire, turning the steam of its flamethrowers into a firestorm. During its short terms of service, Hand of Judgment has demonstrated the dangerous temper only Feora can keep in check. Under her control, the wrathful temperament is brought to heel and replaced with a more calculated aggression. Wherever the warcaster treads, Hand of Judgment follows, eager to slip its leash and destroy those who displease its master. And yes, Feora having a warjack that she has to keep under chain, I feel like should say more about Feora than her warjack. Just because Feora is one of those people that she has a temper and the eye of higher callings for herself, and I feel like if she doesn't get those, well, we've seen where Feora goes if she is, well, laid low in a way. But every major warcaster does need their own personal warjack that helps exemplify their best or worst traits depending on how you look at Feora's. But let's go over its Mark III to Mark IV changes and see how dangerous this guy actually is with a flamethrower and a giant mace. And as always, we will start with its stat line. It is a speed 5. Its mat was a mat 7. It has gone up to a mat 8. Its rat was a rat 5. It's gone up to a rat 6, so it has gotten a little bit better. Defense 10, armor 19. This is a heavy warjack, so it gets all the fun heavy warjack abilities, such as trample, slam, and headbutt. He also has dual attack, and he has immunity to fire, which makes sense if he's going to be around Feora. So that is always fun. Check out his abilities right here. He has a thing called Blazing Wrath. This model can charge enemy models suffering from fire continuous effect without spending focus. Well, that makes sense if you're going to have it with Feora, who is a definite fire starter. So she lights people up, he charges in, not spending a focus, and then you can use all that real focus for whatever you need to do. But that's not even the bond. The bond with Feora, and all the bond that goes with it, Hand of Judgment. While Hand of Judgment is bonded with Feora and in her control range, it gains boosted ranged attack rolls. Pretty basic, pretty easy, the exact same as it was before. And having I imagine a flamethrower, where you get boosted range attack rolls, you can throw fire onto everybody as easily as you want. Because, well, with a rat 6, you're most likely going to hit most things with the boosted roll. So that's just free boost. So you want him to get in there and flame people up. His next thing he has is Fuel for the Flames, 5 inches. When a model without resistance to fire suffers a fire damage roll while within 5 of this model, you add +2 to that roll, making fire burn hotter, which is a terrifying prospect with hanging out with Feora or any of her fire starters from the Temple of the Flame, because, well, it just makes their stuff go up. And if fire does a base 12 damage, now it does a base 14, which is probably going to kill off even heavily armored troops. So that is something that is even more terrifying. One of the abilities that we lost is a Building Assault. This model can make one basic range attack before it makes its normal movement. A model that has made its Building Assault attack, this activation, can only make melee attacks during its combat activation. I see why that was removed, because now he just does dual attacks, so you don't have to worry about all that. It almost sounds like Bushwhack in a way, but I don't know. Now that we have a Flamethrower that most likely can shoot into melee, having dual attack just kind of makes up for that, so I can see why that removed that. Let's go over his weapons. He has an Emulator Cannon, or Immolator Cannon. I don't quite know how to pronounce that. He can shoot with this in melee. It's fire, and it sets up the fire continuous effect on whoever he shoots with it. It is a Rat 6 with, of course, all the boosts that come with that. It is a range 10, which can be expanded if you have anything that can extend ranges on weapons now, because the new spray rules in Mark IV allows you to extend the range of sprays as well. A rate of fire 1 and POW 13. And if said model is within 5 inches of him, thanks to Fuel the Flames, it now does a POW of 15 to all the models within 5 inches of him. So that is, he is definitely a fire starter kind of guy. So weapon even more dangerous, all boosted, everything like that. Dang. And in comparison to that OP flamethrower that he has, let's go over his melee weapon, because he does have dual attacks. That means he does have a melee weapon. He has Flame of Truth. His mace is a Mat 8, range 2, POW 18, making him definitely a fantastic melee guy as well as a fantastic range guy. So yeah, basically he's going to hit pretty much whatever he tries to hit, unless it's like, an elf or something with like, defense 15. It has a Mat 8, range 2, POW 18, critical fire effect, so he has to actually get a critical roll on the fire effect for this mace. And then, to make that worse, his mace has the ability of Flame Burst. When this model boxes an enemy model with this weapon, enemy models within 1 inch of the box model suffer fire continuous effect. So not only does he kill whoever he's hitting with that POW 18, which most likely is going to kill a trooper, he lights up everybody else on fire. And that could be even before he shoots out his flamethrower. So, yeah, this guy, lights everybody up on fire. That's his job. Actually, it makes sense that he's with Feora, because yeah, this guy is basically just kindling with a lighter in hand. Oof, yeah. So if you like flames and you want to use as many things with flames and light up everybody around him, up to 10 inches plus, like, this is your warjack. And I don't see any reason why Feora wouldn't have this guy in every army she's in, just because she likes flames. A lot of her abilities can even amp up flames another notch as well. And even compared to him, he notches up his own flames, and everybody else is around him or everybody else who's already on fire within 5 inches of him. So yeah, terrifying, but very on brand for the Protectorate of Menoth.